Hi, and welcome to Main Street Live. I'm Teresa.
And I'm John Dunn.
I got my sidekick again.
Yeah.
This is great. He always says he doesn't like it,
know.
but we know secretly he does love it, right?
This is a couple times in a row, but yeah.
So we're going to talk about a couple of things of what's happening with Main Street. And we want to, first of all, thank everybody that came out for our bingo that we had this past Sunday. It was a huge success for us.
It was awesome.
We had a great turnout, and I want to thank the Eagles for being our partner in that event. Thank you so much for the space and all the things that you did for us. Much appreciated for that.
You know what was really surprised? There was a lot of events going on around town. The Woolly Bear and
Birmingham.
Mill Howell, Birmingham, and we still had a very good crowd, and it was an awesome success. It really was.
It was. And John was the caller, so we had a lot of fun with John. So next time we are going to have another one. So stay tuned for the save the date coming soon here. We're already saving a date for spring.
Not totally dotted on the I yet what date it's going to be, but I think it'll be in the spring.
Yep, definitely. So another thing that's happening with Main Street Amherst is we have our Smart Start workshop, which is tomorrow, and those are done with the SBDC Small Business Center of Lorraine County, and they're located at LCC, Lisa Hudson.
Yeah.
And we are going to be talking about creating a social media page with Canva. So bring your laptop. It's tomorrow morning.
What time?
At 8:30 at Main Street.
Okay.
Yep. So, and then one other thing before we tell you where we are today, because we've got some exciting things to share with you where we are. I don't know if you can guess where we are yet, but we also are doing our prize a day calendar right now. So you can buy a ticket for $5, and you could possibly win $100 every day, every weekday in November, from November 4th to December the 5th. We are drawing a winner. And then
25 days, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And then the last one is a grand prize where Main Street is giving $300 away of gift certificates from our Main Street members. So every day, a different business or two are sponsoring $100. So you have a chance, like the first day is MacArthur and Son. They're giving away $100 in certificates. Most of these are all certificates to the businesses, but some of the businesses, I'll just name a few because we'll talk about it every week, is MacArthur and Son, North American Express Transportation, the Donnas, Howard Hanna, etc. Boutique and Gifts, and American Patriot, and
Hive Cake Studio.
Yeah, so that's the first week. All those businesses are giving away a prize to a
and
lucky
I've
winner.
sold a bunch of tickets already, so don't wait. Get them early.
Wow, I'm really impressed.
I know. I'm kind of an impressive person, but
wow, he's ahead of the. He's ahead. So we are in an exciting place today with a bunch of changes that are happening. And so, do you want to tell everybody where we are today?
We are at Cork's Public House.
Nope, he said it wrong.
And
no, you said it wrong. It's Cole's Public House. Cole's. It's okay. It was Cork's Tree, but it is now Cole's Public House. Yes, and they've got some great things happening here. And so we are going to bring in Robbie, the chef, to talk about, and owner, talk about what's happening. Is he here? Here he is.
We stepped a little bit aside.
How's it going?
Good. Now that I got your name wrong, let's start it off.
Well, that's precisely why we did this.
Yeah.
Because of all those kind of confusions.
There you
like
go.
that.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm glad that you guys are here.
Yeah, thank you.
So we can talk about that, I guess, first and foremost. So we're excited to announce that due to just the overall success of Cole's Public House, and we just decided to kind of expand and just do the whole building as that one concept, which we're very, very excited about. It's definitely a little easier for the staff. I think it's going to be easier for the community to kind of understand what we're trying to do is just, with one restaurant instead of trying to operate two restaurants. But
absolutely.
Yeah, so we've done a ton of remodeling.
Well, I can see it's beautiful.
Yeah, so my partner Brandon came in, and him and I kind of had this collective vision of what we wanted to try to do, and we wanted just to kind of make a fun, upbeat gastropub style restaurant that really kind of focuses on scratch food. With really fun, lively cocktails, great wines. I'm sure, as you know, that we won the Wine Spectator Award a few months ago, so we're pretty excited about that.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
So now over what used to be the Corktree side, which we're now calling Cole's on Park, we have a new draft line that we put in over here. So we have the same draft beers that we had available
Do you want to show those a little bit? Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep. And then obviously an expanded wine list, cocktail list, It's all pretty exciting, and we're getting ready to start our fall winter menu. So
Nice.
hopefully about a week out on that.
I can't wait until people come in to see the changes because, believe it or not, I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, what could they possibly do to change? But there are so many changes in there.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. Even on the other side.
Yeah, the other side. Yeah, we wanted to make a cohesive space. So whether whichever side you're in, you felt like you're in the same restaurant, which I think was really lacking with the other concepts. So we're super excited about it, and we think it turned out beautifully. But obviously we're a little
Now, is
biased.
this new?
Yeah, new pounded conference
Love
out bar.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We have new tables and chairs coming in. Obviously, new artwork. We had a local artist, Mike Secretary, came in and did some murals for us.
Nice.
But yeah, so everybody could have a chance to come in and check it out. Obviously, tonight we have Frank and Dean playing. And then tomorrow night, we're very excited. We have this kind of informal little wine tasting that we do once a month called Cork Dorks. So tomorrow night, we're doing our third Cork Dorks, which is just a really informal wine tasting. $25. You can come in. You can taste anywhere between 8 to 10 wines.
Now, do you pick those wines out, or does somebody?
No, I actually bring in. We always bring in different outside sommeliers. So tomorrow we have Michelle Emmerich, who is a certified sommelier with Adega downtown.
Okay, I'm gonna be really wine dumb here. I don't know what that means.
Sommelier just means somebody that is certified to pick out, handle, and sell wine.
All right.
So. He is from Brazil. He is a fountain of knowledge. He's actually one of my tasters that I work with a lot. And he's just very, very charming, very knowledgeable. He makes it not scary to talk about wine, which that's kind of a fun thing about, a lot of times in the wine world, like you get wrapped up in, I don't know about this, I don't know about that. He kind of dispels all those myths, and it's like, hey, listen, at the end of the day, I just want you to taste some good wine.
Yeah.
So we have him here. We have Whitney DeJohn from Wine Trends. She'll be here pouring. Then we also have Cole Davis from Cutting Edge Wines.
So you've got more than one person.
Oh yeah. And then myself, I'll be floating around. We have complimentary hors d'oeuvres for $25. To me, it's the most affordable and fun wine tasting in the area. So please come out and check it out.
So for that event, do you have to be on one side or the other, or is it just?
That's going to be held primarily over on this side.
Okay.
But it's really informal. Like we really encourage everybody to be walking around.
Okay.
It's not like a seated meal.
Okay.
If you can't make it at 6, you can come at 7. You can come at 8. You can come at 9. We have, it's an open time frame to come in and just try all the different.
So I don't have to get a tux or anything like that to come in. I can just.
I'll tell you what. You show up in the tux, I won't even charge you the $25.
So tell us, Robbie. So everybody that doesn't know, where exactly are you? The restaurant's located.
We're located in historic downtown Amherst, obviously. We are on the corner of Park and Main. So hence Coles on Main, Coles on Park. The reason why is because we actually have 2 entrances. So we have one entrance on Main Street and one entrance on Park, which means that we have 2 patios.
Nice. Yeah, and actually one of their patios is a covered patio, which is nice.
It is, yeah.
So if it's sprinkling a little bit, it's still and it's warm, you can still sit outside.
Absolutely,
which is really nice. And their other patio is really nice. They have
And we
umbrellas.
still have some nice days ahead, so you have people out there right now.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So,
So what are your days and hours of operation?
We are open Monday through Saturday from 11:30 to 11 o'clock on the weekends, midnight on, or 11 o'clock on the weekdays, midnight on the weekends.
Okay.
The park side is mainly just open for dinner.
Okay.
But if you have a large enough group, we'll be happy to seat you over here. So.
Nice.
But yeah.
I have to say, just a little tidbit. This is just a girl thing. I really like their lamps.
Yeah.
Those are new, yes?
Yeah. So
I really like it.
I'm actually glad you brought that up. So the one thing that I want to talk about that everybody doesn't seem to realize, and I think that it's important, is Coles. The reason why it's named Coles is because it's named after my wife. That's Coles Public House. And the tea kettle is actually in honor of my deceased father. Him and I had always talked about opening up a bed and breakfast or a restaurant on Put Bay, which is where I'm from, born and raised, and calling it Kettle Black. Well, my wife hated that name and said nobody would understand it. And I said, well, I'll name the place after you, and slap a big tea kettle on it. And we got it back from the designers, and we loved it, so we kind of just ran with it. So that's the purpose of the tea kettle.
I see.
Yeah. I knew that because I knew the story, but I figured a lot of people did not know that.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was an English thing because a restaurant or pub in England is called a public house. A lot of them. So
Yeah.
See Joey's Public House or Cole's Public House.
Yeah, and that's
kinda
what we
what I
wanted.
thought
That's
as
where
well.
the public house came from. Is we wanted to be again, you know, going back to what I said before, is we wanted to be a restaurant that really focused on the quality of food that we were serving, that we were putting out. But we didn't want to have that staunchy white tablecloth, like you have to dress up, it's only a celebration type thing. We wanted people to feel comfortable coming in here on a Tuesday or a Saturday, you know, coming in shorts or a blazer.
Right.
You know, it's not going to defer the quality that we're putting out. So that's kind of why the public house thing fit us a little bit more.
I like it. So I also wanted to ask you about something else, and I'm going to let him do the talking on this as well. So there is an award out there that that you can nominate somebody for best chef, and there's other categories in this. It's called James Beard.
Yeah. So James Beard. How are you going to describe James Beard? The James Beard Awards themselves are kind of like the Grammys in the cooking world, or the Oscars. And look at it that way. James Beard himself was a New York guy that was larger than life, that really kind of put a spotlight on American cuisine when American cuisine really didn't have an identity. It's kind of a mishmash between different cultures and everything like that. So he developed the James Beard House and the James Beard Foundation, which is a leader in the United States in not only in charity work, but just kind of food education. There's a lot of good things that the James Beard Foundation does. They offer these awards every single year, and the division that we're in is the Great Lakes Award. So the voting is opening up for that right now, to where we can be nominated. You can go to jamesbeard.org and click on Restaurant Awards and kind of walk through that whole process. The way that you nominate us is you just put my name in the category, Robert Lucas or Robbie Lucas, for Best Chef Great Lakes. But I want to be clear about that. This award's not for me, even though it's my name that you're putting in, and that is really what our goal is, and the reason why we want to do that is we really believe in, first and foremost, what our staff is doing here on a daily basis, and I would love for the staff to get that kind of recognition, to say, you know what, hey, we're doing something pretty unique for this area.
Yeah.
And then number two, to really kind of put a spotlight on not only Amherst, but Lorain County as a whole. You know, speaking as somebody that's not native from this area, not, you know, from Lorain County or Amherst specifically, I think the thing that shocked me the most when I came here is how much cool things and unique things are really happening in Lorain County and Amherst. And I think it's a shame that we don't get a little bit more of a national attention, or even specifically even the tri-state area. You know, I think Cleveland kind of always eclipses what's going on here, but there are a lot of great restaurants, there's a lot of great things to do in this area, and I think if we can do something to help put a spotlight on this area, I think it's really good. So we would really appreciate any help and anybody that would be willing to go on it and do that for us.
So what I'll do after we're done here is I will go back to the office and I will actually put the link to this video. So if anybody would like to go vote, you can do that right from this video. We would appreciate that. And I think you really need to check out your guys' Facebook page.
Yeah.
Nicole, I think it's Nicole, his wife, she does a phenomenal job putting all these, they do all kinds of events. They don't just do the restaurant. I mean, you know, they're doing the wine tasting, they're doing the
Business Babes and Bubbles.
Thank you. That's not the one I was going to say. I was going to say the one that I'm going to mess up.
Oh, Pork Tart.
Thank you.
Well, that's
pork
the wine
tart.
tasting tomorrow. Yeah.
Wine tasting. They knew I was going to mess that name up, so I was trying to think, was it Pork Tart? Dork Pork? So, I mean, they're doing something all the time, and she is so good about putting everything online and letting people know this is happening, that's happening, and with the Babes Bubbles, she is promoting each vendor that's coming. So it's kind of nice that you know who's actually going to be there. So check out their Facebook page. They have all kinds of events happening, and it's just nice to have, you know, continuously having things happening in downtown Amherst.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Absolutely. Well,
Great.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I'll definitely tell her that you said so. I'm sure
Yeah.
she'll appreciate that. She works really hard on the Facebook page. So.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not an easy thing to do. Social media is very hard.
Yeah.
So, but thank you for letting us come today and
Well, thank you.
talking to you and hearing about all the things that are happening and the changes, and they're all good things.
Yeah, I love the lights, the new lights you have. They're great.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
It seems so much brighter here also.
Yeah. It definitely kind of made it less dark.
Yeah.
Opened it up a little bit.
Like it. So,
Yeah, it's great.
all right. Well, thank you so much.
Well, cheers, guys. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you for everybody
Appreciate
for watching today. And again, I will post all the information. And don't forget to like Coles Public House's Facebook page. See everybody next week.